Nehemiah chapter 12. These are the priests and Levites who went up with Zerubbabel, son of Shealtiel, and with Jeshua, Seraiah, Jeremiah, Ezra, Amariah, Maluk, Hattush, Shechaniah, Rehum, Meremoth, Edo, Ginethoi, Abijah, Mijamin, Maadiah, Bilgah, Shemaiah, Jorirab, Jedaiah, Salu, Amuk, Hilkiah, Jedaiah. These were the heads of the priests and the relatives in the days of Yeshua. The Levites, Jeshua, Binui, Kadmiel, Sherebiah, Judah, Mattaniah, he and his relatives were in charge of the songs of praise. Bukai, Uni, and their relatives stood opposite them in the services. Jeshua fathered Joachim, Joachim fathered Elishabib, Elishabib fathered Joiada, Joiada fathered Jonathan, and Jonathan fathered Jadu. In the days of Joachim, the heads of the priestly families were Meraiah of Seraiah, Hananiah of Jeremiah, Meshulam of Ezra, Jehonanan of Amariah, Jonathan of Malikuki, Joseph of Shebaniah, Adna of Hiram, Hilkiah of Meraoth, Zechariah of Edo, Meshulam of Ginethon, Zechariah of Abijah, Piltai of Meodiah, of Minanim, Shemua of Bilgah, Jehonathan of Shemaiah, Mattaniah of Joirib, Uzi of Jedaiah, Kalai of Zalaiah, Eber of Amuk, Hashabiah of Hilkiah, and Nathaniel of Jedaiah. In the days of Elisheba, Joiada, Johanan, and Jadu, the heads of the families of the Levites and priests were recorded while Darius the Persian ruled. Levi's descended, the family heads, were recorded in the book of the historical events during the days of Johanan, son of Elishabib. The heads of the Levites, Hashabiah, Sherebiah, and Jeshua, son of Kadmiel, along with the relatives opposite them, gave praise and thanks division by division, as David, the man of God, had prescribed. This included Mattaniah, Babakui, Obadiah, Meshullam, Talmon, Akub, were gatekeepers who guarded the storerooms at the city gates. These served in the days of Joachim, son of Jeshua, son of Josadak, and in the days of Nehemiah, the governor, and Ezra, the priest of the scribe. At the dedication of the wall of Jerusalem, they set for the Levites wherever they lived and brought them into Jerusalem to celebrate the joyous dedication with thanksgiving and singing, accompanied by cymbals, harps, and lyres. The singers gathered from the region around Jerusalem, from the settlements of the Netophathites and the Beth Gilgag, and from the fields of Geba and Azmaveth, for they had built settlements for themselves around Jerusalem. After the priests and Levites had purified themselves, they purified the people, the city gates, and the wall. Then they brought the leaders of Judah on top of the wall, and I appointed 2 large processions that gave thanks. One went to the right of the wall toward the Dung Gate. Hoshaniah and half of the leaders of Judah followed, along with Azariah, Ezra, Meshullam, Judah, Benjamin, Shemaiah, Jeremiah, and some of the priest's sons with trumpets, and Zechariah, son of Jonathan, son of Shemaiah, son of Mattaiah, son of Micaiah, son of Zakur, son of Asaph, followed, as well as his relatives Shemaiah, Azrael, Malaliah, Gilaliah, Maiah, Nathaniel, Judah, Hananiah, with the musical instruments of David, the man of God. Ezra the scribe went in front of them. At the fountain gate they climbed the steps of the city of David and ascended of the wall and went above the house of David to the water gate on the east. The second Thanksgiving procession went to the left, and I followed it with half the people along the top of the wall, past the tower of the ovens to the broad wall above the Ephraim gate, and by the old gate, the fish gate, the tower of Hananel, and the tower of the 100, to the sheep gate. They stopped at the gate of the guard. The two Thanksgiving processions stood in the house of God. So did I and half of the officials accompanying me, as well as the priests. Elakiah, Masaiah, Minanin, Micaiah, Eloaniah, Zechariah, Hananiah with trumpets, and Maasaiah, Shemaiah, Eleazar, Uzi, Johanan, Malkiah, Elam, and Ezra. Then the singers sang with Jezrahiah as the leader. On the day they offered the great sacrifice and rejoiced because God had given them great joy. The women and children also celebrated, and Jerusalem's rejoicing was heard far away. On the same day, men were placed in charge of the rooms that housed the supplies, contribution, first fruits, and tents. The legally required portion for the priests and Levites were gathered from the village fields because Judah was grateful to the priests and Levites who were serving. They were performing the service of their God and service of purification, along with the singers and gatekeepers, as David and his son Solomon had prescribed. For long ago, in the days of David and Asaph, there were heads of the singers and songs of praise and thanksgiving to God. So in the days of Zerubbabel and Nehemiah, all Israel contributed to the daily portions of the singers and the gatekeepers. They also set aside daily portion for the Levites, and the Levites set aside daily portion for Aaron's descendants.